Welcome back to the channel. Wanted to give you a really fun way to work on your transition today, changing the force into the club and how it can change how your body reacts into the ball. I think it's a fascinating way to think about it. Excited to announce I'm going to be doing a couple one-day camps here at Orange County National. The first one's coming up in September 15th. If you're interested in that, the description's below there. Been helping lots of players online coaching, really fun way to keep working on your game from the comfort of where you like to practice. So that's another way that you can get direct feedback for you. So both of those are listed below. Today we're looking at how different your body will react if the change in force and transition changes. Okay, so I have sort of two extreme visuals here. One being this stick. So if I imagined when I went to the top, okay, if I had something on my club and I was throwing it down at this stick, okay, so this way, okay, that might be a good visual for players that get the club too far behind them. Imagine the club is throwing out a little bit more down the target line versus that way, okay, so that would be, there's a reaction, so the body's going to react for certain reasons. If the backswing's causing you to react like this, even if you try to throw it out that way, it might not work. So there's a cause effect into this, but this is just focused on transition. Okay, so if I go up to the top, I got the TrackMan on here, sort of line it up with this stick. So if I go and I just, on my way down, I'm trying to imagine I'm throwing the club down this stick, okay, and then I'm going to hit one. So it's obviously, I'm really curious to see the numbers there. So it ended up being pretty neutral. I felt like my body reacted and had to stand up a little bit. I'll try one more of those. So again, trying to imagine I'm throwing it down that stick there. So it should produce a little bit more of a fade motion because the force of the club is going, for me it feels like this way a little bit more. So the face was a little bit open to the path. I'm going to do one more of those. Just make sure my aim is where the TrackMan's aimed. Throwing it down this stick here and seeing where the club wants to go. So there's another one. It sort of starts at my target and then drifts to the right. Path gets a little more left when I'm throwing it down that stick, okay? Attack angle wasn't crazy. I felt like I had to move a little bit out of the way because that's a little bit more in front of me, okay? So if I do the opposite, so this one I'm gonna try to throw down this stick here, this inside stick, and then move around from there, and we're just gonna see what the path reacts like. So it's fun, it's super interesting for me. When I threw it down there, I did not feel like I had to stand up at all doing that, okay? So I got 8-iron here when I'm doing this drill. So that one I felt like I threw it down and it actually let my body stay a lot more over the ball, which is what I like to feel. So that one I threw it that way really aggressively and just kept going. So another one that I felt like I didn't have to do anything through impact, still was a neutral path, okay? So that's one thing that I think is really important to realize is even though I felt like this was going to be, you know, massively out to in, I reacted and the path was just slightly out to in, and even the first two was slightly from the inside, okay? This one feels like it's going to be 20 from the inside, okay? But I reacted by rotating and staying more over it. That path was 0.8, okay? So a fun way to think about it, a little bit sort of mind-blowing sometimes when you're doing it. See which one feels better. You can sort of do different spots in this spectrum of where the club is coming from, okay? And then see how your body reacts to it. A good way to sort of work on your game, and then you can sort of find what you like the most. I really do like this inside one the most, actually, because it really made me feel like as I started to throw it, I could go this way very aggressively, and that's a good feeling for me when I'm doing it. That one I really stayed over it almost too much. but the movement was good. So that's amazing, right? So obviously hit a little more turf there. That path was actually a left path with me feeling like I was gonna hit this stick, okay? So that just shows that this part is gonna cause your body to react massively different through the ball. Give this one a go. Definitely play around with it. Give yourself some time. Start low, start like slow, and start with a ball on a low tee when you do it. So feeling like, for me, I feel like I'm going that way, but what happens is when I start to rotate, it starts to move around. Made a little adjustment there, just sort of pick that one clean off the ground. So that's another 0.8. Fascinating way to do it. Thinking a little bit outside the box with this movement. It could really surprise you on how your body reacts based on the different way you're putting force into the grip in that transition move. Where are you moving? How's your body going to react? Give that one a go. See if it helps you. Thanks again for watching.